Here I am at Lakeview Cemetery in Seattle, Washington, here to pay my respects to the great Bruce Lee on the 50th anniversary of his passing. It is July 19th at 6 p.m. and indeed right now it is July 20th at 9 a.m. in Hong Kong. So this, from this point forward, would represent Bruce Lee's final hours on that fateful day. We're going to walk up the hill now and have a little bit of a story to tell you. I was 14 years old when I first became a Bruce Lee fan, over 50 years ago while he was still alive. I was a fan of the TV series Kung Fu and had become quite interested in the martial arts. I don't recall if it was a magazine article or a trailer at a theater, but something led me to watch The Chinese Connection, which in Hong Kong is known as Fist of Fury. And that was the first movie that I watched multiple times. I was so impressed with it. Then, in early 1973, I saw Fist of Fury, which in Hong Kong is known as The Big Boss, and I was even impressed again. I had tried to learn as much as I could about this Bruce Lee, every magazine article I could get a hold of. I absorbed and studied, and I just wanted to know more about him, and I was an instant fan. Then came that fateful day. My mom had watched the news and told me that Bruce Lee had passed away. I couldn't believe it. So at the time, I was delivering newspapers for a little bit of work, and when the newspaper showed up the next day, I quickly turned, and there on page 3 of the San Mateo Times was the article, "Bruce Lee, Kung Fu actor, dies." I was devastated, to say the least. As was everybody else, I'm sure. A month later, Enter the Dragon came out, and that cemented Bruce's place in history forever. It was an amazing film, and still is. And after that came Return of the Dragon, which is known as The Way of the Dragon. And I just was so absorbed and intrigued and inspired by him. A couple of buddies of mine and myself started taking karate lessons and even made a few 8mm films of us beating each other up. It was quite fun. However, life continued, my interests changed, but I've always held a special place in my heart for Bruce Lee. He was the first person I genuinely admired and looked up to. And now, here I am, 50 years later, finally getting to pay my respect to the master, Bruce Lee. Master Li. Thank you for being a continuous source of inspiration and enlightenment.